All right, today we are going to be talking about equivalent fractions. Equivalent means equal. Okay, so we're going to be finding fractions that are equal, and we're going to be using pictures to help us do that and number lines, okay? So here is a picture. This looks very similar to the fraction pieces that we created. So I want you to go ahead and have these on hand. So if you don't have them, go ahead and go get them wherever you have kept them. And if you still haven't made these, you really need to do that, okay? You really need to do that. All right, so we're going to be modeling equivalent fractions with objects and pictures and also talking about them on a number line. So here we have the fraction 2/3. I have 1, 2, 3. That is your denominator. I have 3 parts, and I have 2 of them shaded. So my fraction is 2/3. Here we have the fraction 4/6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 parts. That's your denominator. And 4 of them are shaded. I know that that's might be a little light on y'all's end, but there are 4 of the pieces being shaded. Now, if I took my pencil or a pen or a pencil or a marker or something and I drew a line right here, these down here are shaded. And so are these. Even though I only have 2 of these pieces being shaded, and I have 4 of these pieces being shaded, they are the same size because, 1, my holes are equivalent, all right? Your holes have to be equivalent, not the size of your pieces, the size of your holes. So both of these rectangles or both of these fraction strips are the same size, so that makes this an equivalent. The same amount is being shaded, okay? I can also take my fraction strips and I can get my thirds. And then I can get my sixths. All right? And if I cover up and I have 2/3, 1/3 and 1/3, that's 1, 2. And then I cover up and then I have 4/6. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, if I cover that up right there, those are equivalent. That is the same amount. My holes are the same. All right, my holes are the same. So 2/3 and 4/6 are the same amount when your holes are the same. Same thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4. There is this other part of the circle here, but you just guys, that picture did not come out and I don't understand why. 4/8, 4/8, they're all equivalent to 1/2. So let me get out my 4/8, 2/4 circles, but you have fraction strips and you need to be using them. Okay, there are my fraction strips. This tells me that 1/2 or 4/8 is equal to 2/4. 1, 2, 3, 4/8 is equal to 2/4. 1, 2. And it's also equal to 1/2. All right? So all of these are equivalent. 1/2, 2/4, and 4/8. They are all equivalent because my holes are the same size. If my holes were not the same size, then those would not be equivalent fractions. Same here. 1/3 and 2/6. Those are going to be equivalent. That number line came out a little crooked, but I can show you. It came out crooked when I printed it, but I can show you here that 1/3 and 1/2 are the same size. And if you want to, you can fold your fraction strips. All right? And now you have 2/6 and you have 1/3 that are going to be equivalent in size. Okay? This picture down here, these are not equivalent circles. It does not matter how many pieces you have shaded. Those are not equivalent circles, so those are not going to be equivalent fractions. All right? And then down here, we have another example. Your holes must be congruent and have the same area shaded. So if I shade two-fourths, and then I shade 2/4, my holes are congruent and I have the same amount shaded. 2/4. Even though they look different, it's the same amount, all right? The parts don't have to be congruent as long as the whole is congruent. And I could also do this. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I shaded 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2/4 is the same as 4/8, all right? The parts don't have to be congruent as long as the whole is congruent. These parts are not the same size, all right? This is a square and this is a rectangle. This is much smaller. This part right here okay, that part is much smaller than that part. But my holes are going to be the same size, okay? Now, let's look at this piece, all right? All right? Are these going to be equivalent? Are they going to be equal? Yes, they're going to be equal, okay? Why are they going to be equal? They have, good job, the same size hole, all right? Are these two going to be equal or not equal? Good job. They are not equal. Why are they not equal? They do not, good job, do not have the same size hole. Awesome. You guys are doing a great job of picking up the hang of this, okay? Equal or not equal? Good. Not equal. And why are they not equal? Good. Do not have the same size hole. And these two, are those going to be equal or not equal? Wonderful. Those are going to be equal because they have the same size hole. You guys are doing a fabulous job with this. Fabulous job. All right. Let's look at this. equivalent fractions. So you're going to be matching these fractions, and we're going to do this together. So I have, and this is where I want you to get out your fraction pieces, okay? So we're going to be using our fraction pieces that we made, and I was just using earlier on in this lesson. All right. So 1/2 and actually what I would do here is I would label 1/2. I would label 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So that's 3/4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. That's 2/3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, sorry. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. And 1 is shaded. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? So I want you to be using your fraction strips, okay? And what you're going to do, and you're going to do this on the next slide, okay? I'm going to give you these pieces, and you're going to match them where they belong, okay? You're going to match them with the appropriate shape. So you're going to, or the appropriate letter choice. You're going to tell me which one of these matches 1/2. So the numbers match with the letters. We're not using 4 and we're not using letter B because those are fractions that we don't deal with in 3rd grade. They have denominators that we're not going to be using. So you're going to tell me which one of these fractions matches 1/2 using your fraction strips, okay? So you're going to get out your fraction strips and you're going to tell me you can do 1/2 and then you can get out your sixths. I had that one in my hand. All right. And you're going to tell me, does 4/6 the same as 1/2? All right. And if they don't match, then that's not your answer. Okay. You're going to be matching them together. That's what you guys are going to be doing on the next slide. And then I want you to create a fraction of 1/4 and 3/6. You're going to find an equivalent fraction of 1/4 and an equivalent fraction of 3/6, and you're going to, you can draw a picture to prove that that is your answer and attach it in the slide.